Moodle has a wiki activity. People often use wiki spaces instead. Some slight downsides there. You can't predict the licensing of wiki spaces. They have changed that relatively recently, and they're a private company. Can't guarantee they'll be around forever. Moodle at least has the advantages that it's guaranteed to be around forever as free open source software, and you're under full control of it. You own your own wiki, and the students already have an account. They don't need to sign up or anything, so we're good to go. So I'm just going to put a wiki into this page here, turn editing on, and just take you through the basics of it. So add an activity, wiki. I'm going to do one here about web page design elements, and the description is what appears at the top of the wiki on every single page, so it's worth getting something here. A collaborative activity about web page design elements. I'm going to give it the name collaborative wiki mode collaborative wiki. You have the option of doing a collaborative wiki or an individual wiki. I cannot see the point of an individual wiki. The whole point of a wiki is that you collaborate on it. An individual wiki, you might as well just make a Google Doc or a Word document. So I always leave that as collaborative. First page name, I strongly recommend that you call it index, and you'll see index. You'll see exactly why I say that later. You don't need to worry about the format. This collaborative wiki, this is one wiki for the whole class at this point. It is quite possible to make little wikis where small groups can work on their wikis individually. You'd need to go into the grouping setting down here. That's a separate topic really, and you'll find that on the Moodle knowledge base under groups and grouping. So save and display, and you get this page, new page title. This is about, you get this every time you create a new page. Always just leave it at the defaults. So I've created a page here, and it says editing the page index. So I'm just going to put some content into it. I've got some content that I've already got pre-typed, so just paste that in there. Now just point out, you get an edit window just like you do for anything else in Moodle. It's quite fully featured really. You can add images if you want to, you can do all the text editing, and there's even more of the text stuff down here collapsed behind that button. So this is my index page. Maybe I'll just make that into a heading element. Oops, it was way big. That's nicer. And these down here are the pages that I want to create. So I've said, given them some instructions here. I need to include, describe in what ways it demonstrates a particular design element and so on. So I'm going to have a separate page for color, separate page for contrast. Just have a look at how it seems so far. Yep, nothing there apart from this page so far. So I'll go into edit and color. I want that to be a page on its own, so I'm going to put square brackets around it like that. Same with contrast, that's going to be a page, so square brackets. Fonts is going to be a page. That'll do for now, and save that. I haven't done anything else. So these are now highlighted italic in red. If I click on any one of these links, it would take me to the page if the page existed, but it doesn't yet. So I'll click on the page anyway, and it creates the page for me. New page title, color, create page. And in there I can put some, I had some pre-typed text, didn't I, somewhere? Yeah. And back to Moodle, paste that, blah blah blah. And of course the students can be doing this. That's the whole point of this wiki. By default they are able to do their editing on here and work together, and we could include images if we want to. Let's just prove a point by putting an image in. Might take me a moment to find an appropriate one. A little bit sluggish today. There we go. Upload the file. So I've now got that as part of my page. There we go. So going back to the main page here, I've now got color is a link. Contrast still isn't, so clicking on that goes through exactly the same process. makes a new page in which the students can type whatever they want to. And right, so a few issues around this. It's not the only way to make a new page. It's by far the best way. But of course, students have the right to make new pages as well. So they could just go over to here and say new, and I could make a new page called line. Create page, and write some stuff about how line is used. Line as a design element. I don't know, whatever. Now, that's becoming a little bit hard to actually find, because I was fine with the other ones. Color, click on color, it takes me there. And it's going to work the same with contrast and fonts, but line hasn't automatically appeared here. So there's some stuff we need to do around administration. Administration allows you to look at, for example, orphaned pages, delete them or whatever, or preferably, of course, you'd include that in the index page. Administration also allows you to change page versions. So if someone at some point has put something in a version of a page that you didn't like, even though it no longer shows as being that version, you can go in here and you can find the right one and you can delete whichever version you want to. But back to that issue of navigation as well. If I go to color here, got to this color page, but there's no immediately obvious way to go back to that front page. That's why I suggested that you should make the first page called index, because that means at the top of each page is trivial to put square brackets index, and then you've automatically got a way to go back to that front page. So if I click on index, it takes me back to the main page, and do that for each one. And that's fairly trivial to do, to just tidy things up later if they haven't done that themselves. You can go to the map. I don't find that particularly attractive to look at. You can look at it as a page index is a bit nicer. Not that nice though. This is one of the things that the Moodle Wiki doesn't do very well. Wikispace is loads better at, is that whole navigation thing. So that's the main guts of it. You can make the pages now. The students can update the pages, and there's a bit of administration stuff that you can do. Just a couple of other minor details. You can upload a file. So I've actually uploaded that file there already. And you can upload sort of general files as well. I could upload a major instructions or background information kind of document. There's the history of each page, which you can look at, and then there's comments as well. Students can make comments and I can make comments. So interesting page, or perhaps something a little bit more interesting than that would be good to do. Again, not quite as good as Wikispace. There's no threaded comments, so it's all just a big flat list down the page, which makes it a bit tougher to have those conversations that wikis are quite good at. Right. I think that pretty much covers the actual mechanics of doing wikis. Of course, why you do a wiki is the big question. It's the best collaborative tool that's available to you in terms of getting students to co-construct learning in an electronic environment. You can do it with Google Documents as well, of course, but this creates something perhaps a little bit more permanent and published that you can use another time.